Shedeur Sanders responds to the haters like Tony Grossi and many others who said he's sabotaging his own self because he reported his own.
I want to treat Shedeur like a 5th round pick. Now, I get it. But you have to be open to that 2nd round talent being the thing that sparks your own curiosity. He's got to do it, guys. I know he's got to do it. I'm not here to say where some people just want to give him things. Nope.
The Cleveland Browns just did what only the Browns could do. Pulled off the most laughably Cleveland stunt in recent memory. They actually faked an injury for Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, you heard that right. It's like the NFL's version of he can't come out to play, he's got homework. Instead of letting their mic'd-up showman light up the field, they hit him with a so-called mystery injury. This thing's so fake, it deserves its own IMDb credit. What's going on here? Cover-up, sabotage, or just another day of Cleveland chaos? Oh, it gets messier than their playoff record last season. If you're rocking with this madness, hit that subscribe button. It seriously helps more than you know, because Browns fans thought they'd already reached the edge of football insanity. From quarterbacks disappearing faster than last night's pizza at a frat house, to playoff hopes vanishing like champagne bubbles in Kansas City's locker room. But this right here, this is a whole new level of NFL absurdity, the Shedeur Sanders injury hoax. Apparently, the Browns have gone full Hollywood. They didn't just bench a star, they wrote a soap opera so dramatic it makes Days of Our Lives look like a National Geographic special. Shedeur Sanders, aka Mr. 9 for 9, aka the human highlight reel, was torching training camp, throwing darts like a man possessed. Reporters couldn't stop talking about him. Then boom, one day later.
Yes, you heard it correctly. Shedeur is being criticized because he's working too hard. He sat out of practice the other day because he had a sore arm. And the guy that you heard talking is saying, well, isn't that counterproductive? The fact that you're throwing before practice, after practice, and getting reps against no first team people, now your arm is sore. And the guy that you heard stand up for him is just like, yo, enough is enough. You're gonna criticize him for working too hard? Like, it's forced at this point. You have an agenda. The same stuff that some of us have been saying. You have an agenda at this point. You cannot criticize him because his arm is sore from throwing and practicing too much.
Mystery injury. No details, no footage, just whispers and vague statements from the front office like they're hiding a secret government experiment. One day, he's mic'd up, laser-focused, turning practice into a movie trailer. The next, vanished, benched, gone like a canceled Netflix show that got too popular for its own good. And the best part? They actually expect people to buy it. We're just one press conference away from them showing an X-ray of a gummy bear and calling it a fracture. This isn't sports management, it's performance art. And the Browns are starring in their own tragic comedy. The Browns really expect us to swallow this? They want everyone to believe it's just business as usual. Nothing serious, just your everyday rookie setback. Please. Apparently now, if you stretch too hard, blink too fast, or sneeze during warm-ups, you're sidelined for 6 to 8 weeks with tightness. Tightness in what exactly? His vibes, his momentum.
I'll be honest about Shedeur. I think the plan is to destroy his stock. Not drafting him would have been too direct. Draft him to a crowded QB squad. Don't give him any reps, make up a reason to not start him, keep him on the bench, or cut him. The last thing teams want is for him to shine and make them look stupid for passing on him. The Browns owner clearly separated himself so that he wouldn't be on the wrong side of the black ball. Whoever this is said this perfectly. So don't be surprised when they try to play it out this way. The great thing about this is that the fans, the public, were not.
His threat to the pecking order? Because let's be honest, this isn't about health, it's about fear. The kind of fear that creeps up when the rookie you only brought in for depth starts making your veterans look like background extras in his highlight reel. Shedeur wasn't just playing well, he was shaking the whole system. And that system, it's fragile, like glass wrapped in bad management. The Browns have spent years mastering the art of mediocrity, and Shedeur's success messed with the formula. You can't just let a guy like that shine without someone upstairs panicking. Picture the Browns' PR team right now. They're probably in a full-blown emergency meeting like, okay, people, this kid's too good. The fans are hyped, the media's circling, we need damage control. And then someone in the back mumbles, just say he's injured. Boom, problem solved. Genius level spin straight from the Crisis Management for Dummies playbook. And the timing? Too perfect. One day he's dominating, commanding every drill like a seasoned vet. The next, poof, gone. It's like the football version of that one straight-A kid who corrected the teacher and somehow got suspended for attitude. No footage of the injury, no mention during practice, not even a single clip of him limping off the field. Just a sudden announcement that screams, cover up.
I know the man that Shedeur Sanders is. I know the man that Deion Sanders is. I have a great relationship with them. This is not about Shedeur's talent. Because, as I've stated before, he should have been a first-round pick. That's what his tape said, regardless of the name on the back of his jersey. But the reality of the situation is they are setting him up.
The truth, the Browns don't want competition, they want compliance. They want everyone playing their assigned role in the drama of mediocrity. But Shedeur, he came in with main character energy. While they were still stuck in ensemble mode, he was stealing the spotlight, and they couldn't handle it. If this were any other rookie with average stats and a friendly grin, he'd be out there on crutches still getting reps. But Shedeur, nah. He was too bright, too fast, too real, and that's exactly what scared them. He was too efficient, too charismatic, too, marketable. The kind of player that makes networks drool and jersey sales explode overnight. You think the Browns didn't notice the crowd reaction? The mic'd up moments. The way fans started cheering louder for the backup than the starter. That straight up dangerous territory in the NFL. That's, we might have to rethink our depth chart territory. And what do the Browns do when it's time to rethink? They don't adjust, they panic. They double down like gamblers on a losing streak, hiding their best hand under the table and pretending it just fell into the shredder. Let's pretend for a second that the injury is actually real. Fine, cool, then show us something. Where's the MRI scan? The limp, the boot, the ice pack? Give us something. This is the NFL, not a high school theater production. Every time a player so much as sneezes, there's a slow-mo replay, a dozen tweets, and a follow-up medical report.
Sanders is listed as the fourth-string quarterback on the Cleveland Browns depth chart. He's behind Joe Flacco, he's behind Kenny Pickett, and he's behind Dylan Gabriel. Shedeur Sanders, once again, is about to have to get it out the mud, because when it comes to his football career, I'm not talking about his real life growing up with a dad with money. I'm talking about on the football field. He has had to get it out the mud. He didn't go to a big time high school here in Texas. He wasn't a big time recruit, had to go to a HBCU, Jackson State, and then he transferred to Colorado and proved that he could do it at a big time level.
But Shedeur's supposed to be injured and nobody saw anything? Come on. This script has more holes than a defensive line on autopilot. Because here's the truth, Shedeur's absence isn't medical, it's political. It's classic front office insecurity. It's that we didn't expect him to be this good, and now we have no clue how to handle it. Energy. Instead of acting like grown-ups and embracing the competition, they slap a vague injury label on him like old lunch meat and hope no one looks too closely. But the fans? Oh, they're looking. Social media's blowing up. There are Reddit threads breaking down practice footage like it's the Zapruder film. Some fans even started tracking Shedeur's water breaks trying to prove he wasn't hurt. You don't get that level of obsession unless people smell something off. And this whole thing reeks. It reeks of a franchise terrified of its own future. It reeks of a front office so allergic to progress, they'd rather fake an injury than admit a rookie might just be the spark they've been missing.
Browns quarterback competition.
Are they going to manipulate this quarterback competition? Have they done it so far?
Yeah.
Have they done it so far?
They have.
How? Not letting my guy take reps with the ones, bringing him along slowly. Okay, there are people who believe he's got to learn the playbook or he can't handle the huddle. I think that's garbage. Okay, I do. Whatever reason, it's a slow
They have a clip floating out here, and I'm going to play it right.
The Browns are so addicted to playing it safe that they'd rather live in denial than risk evolution. And the fans, they see it, they feel it, and they're not buying the act for a second. When someone shows up with real winning energy, the Browns act like it's a virus they need to contain. Quick, quarantine him before the team catches confidence. That's how they treat greatness in Cleveland. Meanwhile, Shedeur is probably sitting somewhere in the training room, perfectly healthy, scrolling through social media, wondering if he just became the NFL's first ever DNP-CD and did not play. Conspiracy drama, the wild part, they could have just let the kid play. Give him a drive, a single quarter, anything. Let the fans taste the electricity. But no, the Browns went full Browns. They found a star, then buried him alive in paperwork. It's like discovering gold and shoving it back in the dirt because it doesn't match your investment spreadsheet. And just watch, it's coming. At the next press conference, someone will step up with that fake calm voice and say, Shedeur's progressing well. No details, no timeline, definitely no medical proof. Then, by the time preseason's over, poof, he's magically healed. No rehab video, no comeback montage, just quietly reintegrated into third-string purgatory where bright futures go to fade. Unless, of course, another injury suddenly opens a spot. What's next? They'll say Shedeur.
Right now, so y'all can check it out. They have a clip playing from training camp where all the quarterbacks are going through drills. They're going through their throwing drills. They're going through their steps. Well, not their progression, but making sure their steps and their mechanics are good. Every other player is throwing it to a Cleveland Browns player. Bro, they show us a clip of Shedeur throwing the football for his rep, and I swear to God, it looked like he's throwing it to somebody that works at Home Depot. You can't tell me the difference between this guy right here on the screen and someone that works at Home Depot. He got the orange shirt on, he got the shorts on.
Caught a cold from the turf, pulled a muscle giving autographs, sneezed too hard while studying the playbook. The imagination over there is running wilder than their offensive line on fourth down. Let's just call it what it is, fiction. The Browns are deep in storytelling mode, and the plot twist is obvious. They're scared. Scared of a rookie who doesn't follow the script. Shedeur Sanders isn't just another young quarterback. He's a system disruptor, a living glitch in the Browns' cycle of mediocrity. He doesn't walk into a room, he redecorates it. He doesn't just bring energy, he shifts the entire atmosphere. And that's what terrifies them. The Browns are still fumbling around with their IKEA-style leadership manual, trying to assemble a franchise identity with half the screws missing.
And I think he's got a great personality, so I think he'll naturally endear himself to his teammates. But how you really endear yourself to your teammates are work harder than everyone, know the playbook better than everyone, execute better than everyone, be the most physically talented quarterback or somewhere in that conversation. Shedeur has that opportunity. And if he doesn't, then the Browns stick to this idea of the things that they allowed to tamp down the Shedeur hype into camp, into the regular season. If he's doing everything that matters and you still treat him like a fifth-round pick, then at some point on a team with really just not great quarterback options.
So for now, they'll keep hiding behind vague injury reports written in invisible ink. But the fans, they've already seen too much. They saw the mic'd up moments, the swagger, the spark. You can fake an injury, but you can't fake momentum. And Shedeur's momentum, it's building like a storm. Sooner or later, the Browns are gonna need him. And when that moment hits, don't be shocked if he trots out perfectly fine, throws a touchdown left-handed, and winks straight into the camera like he's been in on this script from day one. Let's get into the pure disrespect here, the level of arrogance dripping from every corner of this fake injury fiasco. And it starts right at the top with the NFL itself. The same billion-dollar empire that's got more cameras than the Pentagon and more rules than a Vegas casino is suddenly acting blind and deaf. How is it that a rookie quarterback who's lighting up headlines, hyping crowds, and actually making the league money can be benched under the sketchiest circumstances imaginable, and the NFL just shrugs? Where's the oversight? Where's the accountability? This is the same league that fines players $15,000 for having socks an inch too short. But when a potential star gets quietly shoved into the Shedeur W's under mysterious circumstances, suddenly it's all team discretion. Please, the NFL has as much discretion as a reality show reunion. This is the same league that polices touchdown dances, shoe colors, and end zone selfies like national security threats. But when a mic'd-up rookie starts going viral for being too good, they turn into monks of silence. You mean to tell me they can track deflated footballs from outer space, but can't spot a fake injury right under their nose? Come on. And as ridiculous as that sounds, it's the Browns who deserve an award for audacity. Because Cleveland, this team, this historic roller coaster of chaos, finally stumbles into something special. A quarterback with fire, energy, and charisma that could change the franchise. And what do? They hide him, like a cursed painting locked in the basement, like they're scared too many people might actually enjoy watching them play.
Really understand what the play is. Remember, this is the same owner that gave a fully guaranteed $250 million contract to Deshaun Watson, which is probably going to go down as one of the worst signees ever. Not because of Deshaun Watson's play, but because he got hurt immediately afterwards, and they're pretty much not going to get any of that money back or really see any value of it. So immediately he's done with taking chances on, obviously, you know what. But we all know what's going to happen with this situation if they do not start him. So
they're treating Shedeur like he's a viral TikTok. They can't explain to ownership. Sorry, sir, the vibes are too high. The internet's too excited. The cameras love him too much. You can practically picture the panic in that front office. Executives pacing around muttering, "We're trending again, this can't be good." Because in Cleveland, excitement isn't celebrated. It's contained. The moment the fans start believing, management hits the panic button and rolls out the invisible injury script. Let's be real. This isn't about development or precaution. It's about control. The Browns would rather fake an ankle sprain than face a truth that scares them to death. That Shedeur Sanders might actually be the future. And the old guard, they're just holding the clipboard in his story. This whole mess isn't about injuries. It's about control. It's about a franchise so addicted to mediocrity that anything resembling greatness sets off alarms. The Browns have been average for so long, they've mistaken it for identity. So when Shedeur Sanders showed up, not just to play, but to own the field, with confidence, charisma, and a spark this team hasn't seen in years, the organization didn't celebrate. They panicked. He brought swagger, style, and a whole new energy that made fans believe again. And Cleveland doesn't do well with hope. They've lived so long in the Shedeur W's that when someone turns the lights on, they start searching for the switch to shut it back off. Let's not overlook the business side either, because Shedeur isn't just elevating the game, he's making money. Real green, the kind of cash franchises dream about.
Bro, I told y'all this wasn't gonna be a good look. If the owner come out, Jimmy Haslam, whatever his name is, if the owner come out and tells you, yeah, we never had our hopes to pick him. If I would have told you Saturday morning we was going to pick him by Friday, before that, nobody knew we was going to pick him. But that's not my call. What? You going to say this out loud after he already having a hard time dealing with all this, and nobody know who's going to start? There's no certainty right now. He going to say that? But y'all be thinking I be hating. I'm trying to tell y'all he not going to play. He's not going to start for sure, but he's probably not going to play. Why draft him if y'all going to do all this? Like, what was the point, bro? That's like drafting Bryce James right now. Like, what was the point you drafting him? You wasn't going to play him. Like, what are you doing? Like, you...
Suddenly, Browns gear is selling again. And not just to die-hard fans who treat disappointment like a family tradition. New fans are popping up. Young fans. People who see Shedeur and go, wait, maybe Cleveland doesn't suck after all. That's not normal for this franchise. That's a miracle in motion. So naturally, what does Cleveland do with this once-in-a-generation spark? They stash him away like a bad investment. They bench the buzz, bury the hype, and act like relevance is a problem that needs solving. Because in Cleveland logic, if someone's making you look too good too fast, hide them. It's backwards brilliance, the kind only this franchise could master. They've turned success into a red flag and charisma into a crisis. You'd think the team would be throwing confetti. Sponsors should be lighting up. merch should be flying off shelves, and preseason games should feel like prime-time events. But instead of riding the momentum, they're trying to unplug the whole ocean. Because Shedeur doesn't whisper, he roars. He's surround sound energy in a franchise that prefers background noise. The truth? They wanted a rookie, not a revolution. They wanted a quiet learner, not a walking headline. They expected a clipboard carrier, not a culture shock. But Shedeur showed up like a main character in a movie they didn't know they were in, and now they're scrambling to rewrite the script. He's not just playing football, he's rewriting the Browns' entire identity, and that's what scares them the most. And the NFL just sits back and lets this circus play out like it's business as usual. No questions, no raised eyebrows, no concern about a team strategically benching its brightest rookie star like he's some kind of liability instead of a once-in-a-decade talent. If this were the NBA...
I just also wonder if he sees, why would I push through this when I'm buried on the depth chart? Like, if he was the number one, if he was the starter, QB1, do you think he'd still be out there with a sore arm?
God, I hope not. I mean, that would be even more important for him to tell.
Yeah. He makes smart decisions. Trust me, Shedeur Sanders knows when to push the envelope and when not to. And if you are a quarterback, why would you push through something that is a part of your job? Being able to throw the ball is a mainstay in being a...
Oh, we'd already have 20 viral tweets, player union statements, and Adam Silver landing mid-court on a hoverboard to host a press conference. But in the NFL, silence. Just another day in the league where a top prospect can vanish under mysterious circumstances, and we're all supposed to nod and believe he's somewhere icing his ankle while the team debates whether he's too likable for Cleveland. It's not just disrespect, it's waste. A complete waste of momentum, hype, and opportunity. Wasteful to the fans who are starving for something fresh. Wasteful to the media who finally had a feel-good storyline that didn't involve lawsuits or locker room implosions. You can see the energy shift, clicks rising, views booming, jerseys selling out, and yet the Browns treat him like a PR problem, not a gold mine. They're acting like Shedeur's popularity is a scandal they have to manage instead of a movement they should be celebrating. It's the kind of self-sabotage that only Cleveland could make look like strategy. The cruel irony? Shedeur is exactly what the NFL claims to want. Young, talented, charismatic, marketable. The guy moves merch and boosts viewership without even starting a game. He's everything the league says it's searching for. But instead of protecting that spark, they're letting it get smothered under Cleveland's chaos. The Browns are out here performing corporate ghosting on their own franchise savior, while the league just looks the other way like nothing's happening. And deep down, maybe that's the real fear. It's not that Shedeur might flop, it's that he might fly, that he'll succeed too fast, that he'll expose how broken the system really is. Because once he shines, they can't contain him. They can't control the narrative. They can't pretend the same old excuses still work. And if there's one thing this league hates more than loud rookies, it's rookies who turn out to be right. So when the truth finally surfaces, and it will, don't be surprised if Shedeur Sanders walks back onto that field like nothing ever happened, proving every doubter wrong with one perfect throw and a quiet grin that says, "I told you so." If you're feeling this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you on the next one.